Hi everyone, I'm Stella Sibi. I'm a health and fitness coach for women in menopause, and I am the host of this Inspire show. And as you know, I always have guests who can inspire you on some way. Here today, I have for guest Victoria Mondloch. Hi, Victoria.
Hi, Stella. How are you? Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to join you.
Thank you for coming. You are a wellness doctor. What it means?
I am a retired wellness doctor. I started my career as an OBGYN, women's only doctor, and I did that for 16 years and then decided as I was starting to go through my changes personally that I didn't understand what my body was doing to me. And my best friend looked at me and said, "Well, doc, if you don't know, how do you expect your patients to know?" And I thought, you know what?
Good
Boom,
question.
she's right. So it actually embarked me on my journey to find out what really happens in a woman's body, hormonally speaking, because medicine, at least in the States, medicine does not study perimenopause, menopause. It doesn't do hormone levels. It's as if hormone is evil and we can't give hormone back to women. And it's wrong. It's, if you think about it, there is very little science in women's health. We don't even know as women where our hormone levels are, where they should be, if they're in balance, if they're out of balance, and what do we do about it if we're having issues? There's no
Yeah.
guidance. There are no
Yeah.
answers. So I actually did the past 20 years of my career doing research with patient consent on their hormone levels as they progressed with me in medical practice. So I started writing books about what I was learning. And so the intent of what I want is to be able to give women the education and the resource to be able to answer their own questions about, I'm having this, and this symptom. What does that mean? Pick up the book and go, oh, I know on page da da da, and what can I do about it? Oh, at the end of the book, there's a chapter, how to talk to my healthcare provider. Wow, what a
Wow.
concept. Right. And so I actually thought, would this book be better in doctors' hands? No, doctors don't want to be told that they weren't taught this in medical school. So this is for the patient. So I
Mm-hmm.
actually have written books, two books. First is my adolescent book because nobody
Mm-hmm.
pays attention to the hormone swings that happen in an adolescent female, right? We just tell them they're drama queens, go to your room,
Mm-hmm.
and we'll deal with it later. Well, what are they doing up in their rooms? They're on their phone consulting Dr. Google. And that's the last person you want a teenager talking to and getting advice from, is somebody who really doesn't have any science at all and is using popular, people with their quote unquote quick answers. Well, the second group of people were the people like me going through perimenopause and menopause and being told all of the disinformation and the misinformation about what perimenopause and menopause means. We're told that hormone is bad for you, it's evil, and it's going to cause breast cancer and uterine cancer and ovarian cancer. And I go, wait a minute, if hormone was so good and so vital for us from puberty, age 12 to age 50, Do we suddenly wake up age 50 and a half and a light switch went off and it's suddenly bad for us? What was so good for us over here is suddenly so bad for us? Wait a minute, that doesn't even make sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
So where is the disconnect? Well, the disconnect is in the research. There's very little research, but the research that was done, the Women's Health Initiative, did not even look at human-based bioidentical hormone. They actually studied Premarin, which is pregnant mare's urine, horse pee? Yep, horse urine. And Prem-Pro, which is Premarin, the horse pee, plus a synthetic medroxyprogesterone acetate, which, by the way, if you read the insert on Provera medroxyprogesterone acetate, it says increased risk of breast cancer, increased risk of infertility, increased risk of abnormal periods, increased risk of depression, weight gain. It goes on and on and on. So wait a minute. If we're going to say hormone is suddenly bad for us, why didn't we look at human-based bioidentical hormone? Well, guess what? The Europeans did. The
Yes.
Americans did not, but the Europeans did. And the Americans said, oh my gosh, no hormone because it's increased risk of heart attack, increased risk of stroke, increased risk of breast cancer. And the Europeans went, whoa, 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 wait a minute. We don't see that with human-based bioidentical. We see decrease in breast cancer, decrease in heart attack, decrease in stroke, and decrease in osteoporosis, decrease in Alzheimer's.
And
And the Americans went, oh, shoot. Well, we'll take our own quick look at that. So they did. And guess what? They found the same results the Europeans did. But they went, shh, we can't tell anybody. That will make us look bad. What? What? So to not make researchers look bad, we're going to have misinformation that continues to be put out there so that women continue to suffer and have increased breast cancer, increased heart attack, increased stroke because they won't tell us the truth that hormone bioidentical really is good for us. What is wrong with this picture? A lot. So that's what I talk about in Full Bloom, my second book. I outline that research and the American versus the European research. And I talk about the myths and the truths and the disinformation. And again, in the back of the book is a chapter, How to Talk to Your Doctor. Because what we're finding out is, like most things in medicine, you have to be your own best advocate. You have to arm yourself with the information that you need to have in order to now present this to your doctor. Give them the research, give them the information. Take my book with you when you go to the doctor and say, this is where my information is coming from. And we have to speak up for ourselves because medicine isn't teaching this to their doctors.
wow. Yeah. It's so good you have these books, you wrote these books, because I think women need that.
Yes, yes. And they're on Amazon, so they're easily available. I have 2 more books coming. The third book I'm writing right now is for the 25 to 40-year-old, where I talk about many of the diagnoses that women are simply told, oh, you have it, and I'll put you on the pill or give you an IUD. And if things get bad enough, then we can do surgery on you. Well, again, wait a minute. Who wants surgery? And why are we covering it up instead of going to the root cause of why do I have this? And how can I manage this? Not wait until it gets so bad I need surgery. Would we accept that in anything else in our life? Would you wait until your car gets so bad you can't drive it anymore? Do you wait for a window that you can't close anymore? Now it's bad enough that now I need to replace the window. That's not how we manage anything else in our world. So why do we allow that to happen with our health, our most precious commodity? We only get one body to work with. So why not keep it in the best shape we can keep it in? Instead of wait until it gets so bad I have to operate on you? No, 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 no. That makes no sense at all. So why do we accept that? We shouldn't.
We don't shouldn't, yes. I thought that always that with the doctors is the problem, that they don't seek to the what is the root cause.
Correct.
Just they giving pills, or they say, oh, it's okay, it's coming from because of your age.
I refuse to accept that, because I would manage and balance the four hormone groups, the four main hormone groups in the body for all of my patients, regardless of age. And I would see women that would come back to me 6 to 9 months later and say, Doc, I've got my moxie back, or I feel 15 to 20 years younger than I did when I walked in here. How did you do that? We balanced your hormone groups. Well, can we keep me there? Absolutely. We just have to keep following your hormone levels and we'll keep you there. Can you do this for my husband? Sure, bring him in. So I would do this for guys too. Can you do this for my mother? Can you do this for my sister, my aunt? It works at any age. It's simply understanding that our body needs balance. What a concept. It's that simple. So the question becomes, what are the four hormone groups?
And I just wanted to ask.
Yes. So your first hormone group is your female male hormones, okay? Your female estradiol progesterone, your male testosterone, which is total and free testosterone. So there's 4 tests for that first leg of your chair, if you will, okay? So 4 hormone groups, like 4 legs of a chair. And your second hormone group is your thyroid, that gland in your neck that controls your metabolism. It's not just your TSH. There are 5 blood tests that go along with your thyroid, and I explain that in the book. So TSH is only talking about your pituitary gland, which is talking to your thyroid, but it's not what your thyroid is doing about it. So TSH is one of the tests, but there are 4 other tests that are necessary. So that's the second leg of your chair. Your third leg of your chair is your cortisol from your adrenal gland, your stress. Who's got stress? Really?
Yeah.
Well, we all have stress. Right. Whether it's physical stress, emotional stress, monetary stress, it doesn't matter. Stress is stress is stress. And so if there's too much stress, you can influence your female male hormones. You can influence your thyroid. Subsequently, if your thyroid is off, you're going to have a stress in your body. And the fourth hormone group is your insulin. Your insulin, not your blood sugar, your insulin. Correct. And nobody checks insulin. They will check your blood sugar. They will check A1C, but nobody will check your insulin, which is the hormone to check. So each of those 4 hormone groups, like 4 legs of a chair, are equally important. So if they're out of balance, or if one leg is broken and you sit on that hormone chair, guess what happens? Boom, you're on the floor.
Right. Yeah.
You don't even know how you got there. So you dutifully rewrite the chair, you go see your doctor, and he goes, well, I just did all your blood work. It looks good. But he didn't check your female male hormones. He didn't check anything other than your TSH. He didn't check your cortisol, and he didn't check your insulin. So he missed all 4 hormone groups. They don't
Wow.
look at those. So of course, their blood work is going to make you look like you're fine, but you're not fine, and you know it. So that's, again, why patients need to arm themselves with the information that they need to know to take that set of blood work, which you can order on your own. Really? Patients can order their own blood work? Yes. Yes. You can go online. There are 2 national labs that you can go online. One is Quest. The other is Life, like L-I-F-E, Frank, L-I-F-E, Life Extensions. And both labs will let you go online and order your labs. So you can just go to the chapter in the back, how to talk to your doctor. And that how to talk to your doctor part is going to tell you exactly what are the labs you want ordered. So you can order your labs. You get sent an email with your receipt because you paid for your labs. They're going to say, here's where the closest draw station is. You go in, you get drawn. They're going to send the results then to you, which means you have control. You have them in your hand. They're not stuck at the doctor's office and you can't see them. You have them. And then you can take them to different providers and say, can you help me with this blood work? And if they can't, I will. I will. That is my promise to anybody listening. I will. So.
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah. That's why I like to listen doctors, enlightened doctors like you.
Thank you. Because it's our body and we need to know how it works. We need to know how to fix things if they go wrong. That's the essence of how we stay healthy, how we keep our moxie, how we feel 15 to 20 years younger. And of course, diet and exercise is important, but you can eat right and you can exercise every day and still have hormones that betray your body and betray how you feel. And you need to know what you can do to help yourself be the best that you can. That's all.
Yes, it sounds simple when you talking about it, but nobody told us that. So
right.
it's
So
really nice.
that's why I feel such a passion to educate and empower women around the globe to know you can take charge. You can do this. You have the means to be able to get the information and order your own labs if your doctor won't do it. And I encourage everybody not only get the books, but take it to your doctor and find out what labs they will draw for you. And if they say they can't, it usually means that their system is tying their hands and saying, you can't go there. Well, I never take that as an answer. That means I'm just going to do it myself. So
Yeah.
I want the science put back into women's health. I don't want it covered up with pills. I don't want it covered up with shots. I don't want to be told, oh, you have breast cancer when it's something that could have been prevented by balancing your hormones. So every woman needs to know where their hormone balance is. And if it's out of balance, how do I fix it? Because it's manageable. Most infertility is manageable. Fibroids are reversible. Endometriosis is reversible. Polycystic ovary is genetic. Nobody tells women it's genetic, but yet you can manage versus just throw your hands up and say, there's nothing I can do for you. Infertility usually is one of those diagnoses I just talked about. And again, you can manage infertility if you know what you're fighting, if you know what you're dealing with, if you're knowing what hormone imbalance you have to manage. But knowledge is power.
Yes.
You can only work on a problem if you know what the problem is and how you're going to try to go about solving it, not just cover it up with a shot or with pills until you're ready. It's bad enough. Now I'm going to do surgery on you. Well, that just makes money for the healthcare system, and it doesn't
Yes.
do you any good at all. And you didn't wake up in the morning hoping your doctor would say you need surgery today. Nobody wants that. Nobody.
No.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
So I'm here to educate and empower women to find out what their body is saying to them. Find out your hormone levels. Get the 4 hormone groups drawn. That is the foundation of your health. It's the foundation of your optimal health. Feel 15 to 20 years younger than your age. And what's wrong with that? Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Yes. We really need it because I started to learn from doctors like you about myself, about menopause, because I didn't want to accept that. My doctor said, accept that. No, I don't want
No.
to accept these
Right.
symptoms, what I had before,
Mm.
because I wanted to change. I said, probably there is the solution. It has to be. So
Mm-hmm.
that's why what I learned from the doctors, I also wrote in the book, another
Mm-hmm.
side about insulin and cortisol and everything. But you, as an expert, your book, it has to. I think every women should have it.
Well, it
As
is
you,
foundational. And
yes,
again, I'm not here to say diet and exercise is not important. It's hugely important. How much hydration, how much sleep. There are so many factors that become
Mhm.
easier to manage if you manage the part that you can learn about and have the help of your doctor helping you manage it. And if they won't help you, then let me help you. That's the whole purpose of this book. It's the purpose of your book. There is no one way to feel perfect, but with your help, with this help, we can get you back to 15 to 20 years younger than your age. And every woman wants that. Who wouldn't?
Yes. Um, Let me ask you, if you could go back in time and you could say some advice to yourself and your younger self, what would you say?
I would say I wish I would have known then what I know now. So that's the advice I give to my daughters is do the work now because you want answers. And now I can help you get those answers. So to simply say, I don't know, or I'm going to throw you on the pill, or put an IUD with hormone in your uterus. No, 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 no. I need to understand. We need the science back in women's health. And, back when I started in medical school, I almost quit. And I almost, decided I wasn't going to go through with medical school because I literally had a medical issue going on and they misdiagnosed me. 5 doctors
Oh,
misdiagnosed me as a freshman in medical school. And I was taken to the operating room with the wrong diagnosis, opened with the wrong incision, and I died on the table. I died on the table.
wow.
And when I came to post-op, I found out the real diagnosis, which is what I had been saying to them. Are you sure it couldn't be this? No, 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 no. All 5 of them. And
Mm.
when I found out I was right, and the original surgeon who opened me up never came back to tell me the truth, never came back to tell me what he found. He called a second surgeon in because it was my diagnosis, not his.
Mm.
But he never admitted it. He never came back to talk to me.
Huh.
And I thought, doctors are stupid. They're incompetent. Why do I want to be a doctor? If this is the best, this was the chairman of the department at the medical college who opened me up. A, he was wrong. B, he wouldn't admit it. What is wrong with that? A lot, a lot. And I thought, no, you know what? Be the change agent. Be someone who makes a difference. Change medicine for the people you touch. So that's why I stayed. And I spent my majority of my career doing this research. I've developed the graphs so women know where their numbers should be for their age. I've put the research in the books. I've given explanations for symptoms. I've given you dietary and exercise information, case studies. I've addressed the myths that medicine keeps throwing at women, like menopause is just supposed to happen. Well, no, I disagree. If you realize menopause is only 100 years old, well, think about it. 100 years ago, the average lifespan of a woman was 48 and a half years old. We didn't live to menopause.
Oh,
So, wow, that's amazing if you think about it in that manner. But what have we done about it? Nothing.
nothing.
Nothing, except demonize it.
Mm-hmm.
So, and the pharmaceutical industry wants to put chemicals in us instead of having bioidentical hormone. So even if we have a doctor who says, yes, I will give you some hormone, but only for a year and only to help hot flashes, and only, and only, and only, and only, they put all of these restrictions on it because nobody has done the research to understand the importance of preventing Alzheimer's, of preventing osteoporosis, of preventing your teeth from rotting out of your very mouth. Why can't we do the research? Why can't we do the root cause analysis? Well, that's what I did. That's what I did. So that's why I need every woman understanding what hormone is to her body, where she is in her journey, and how she can help herself be the best she can be. So
Wow.
that is my gift to womanhood, is to say, let me help. Let me teach you. Let me show you. Take this, teach your daughters, teach your community, teach your church group, teach everyone in your community that you can touch. And let's get rid of this craziness of we can't help women. Yes, we can, and we can start by helping ourselves.
Wow. So good. You wrote that book. I will buy it. I really interest. I want to help to myself and to others also. So I feel
Thank you.
it's also my mission to help here in Hungary also to women, because
Right.
I see that doctors doesn't help.
They're not taught this information. And that's, in my mind, that is criminal. That is wrong. How can you call yourself a doctor when you say you don't even know and you're not even looking for a root cause? That just doesn't even register in my brain. As
Yeah.
you will do research on so many other things, why is there not research on this? It doesn't make sense. So women, arm yourself with the information that you need to know. These books are on Amazon. Blossoming, Becoming a Woman is the adolescent book. It is written as a mother-daughter guide,
Mm-hmm.
because moms need to be there when their adolescent daughter is talking to the doctor. They just need to be, right? Because the
Mm-hmm.
daughter can't talk for herself on an important decision like her health. And Full Bloom is for the perimenopause, menopause, postmenopause woman, age
Mm-hmm.
40 until 90 plus, because we need to know the things that will keep us from getting Alzheimer's, that will keep our bones healthy. Yes,
Yes.
exercise and diet, hugely important, of course, but it's not the only thing. It's also keeping our foundation of our hormone balance intact and
Yes.
operative. Mhm.
Yes.
So, yeah. So Full Bloom and Blossoming, both available on Amazon. And I would love every woman in the world to be aware of these books, know these books, carry these books with them, talk about them. We shouldn't, as women, just complain that we can't get help. We need to
Mm-hmm.
take charge. Take charge of your health. Get the books, read them, take them to your doctor, talk with your girlfriends, talk with your daughters, with your mothers, talk about how we can empower ourselves to get the best health we can have. That's what's going to make the difference.
And what is your last message? You taught so many good things to women, but what is your last message?
Is you can do it. Just like starting an exercise program, diet program, you can do it. It seems daunting. It is not. It's like any task you put in front of you, you start one step at a time, one page at a time, one chapter at a time, and you learn what you need to do, because only you are as interested in helping yourself to best health. Only you can get yourself there. So listen to your inner self and decide if yes, you want optimal health, or no, I'm okay where I am. I think a lot of people are stuck with, I'm not okay where I am, but I don't know how to get over here. So that's
Mm-hmm.
what these books are, and your book as well. You know, it takes a village. It takes a lot of people helping people. It takes women helping women get there.
Yes.
So, mhm. So we'll keep our
Thank you so
tribe
much.
together.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes. Let's help each other.
Yes, exactly. So,
Thank you so much. Thank you for being here.
My pleasure. My pleasure. And again, thank you for the opportunity to be here. So again, my books are on Amazon, so you can look it up by my name, Dr. Victoria Mondloch, Mondloch, or by the book names, which are Blossoming or Full Bloom. So
Yes. Thank you so much.
thank you so much. I so appreciated the opportunity. Have a great rest of your evening.
You too. Thank you.
Okay. All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
But I'm
But
really interested in your book. I want to learn always something new, you know. I know a few things, but probably I can learn from your book also.
well, even doctors can learn, but because in the States, they're told you can't go there. You work for me. You work for this hospital, and this
Ah,
hospital writes your paycheck, so you cannot
mhm.
do that blood work. Well, wait a minute. Then I don't take no for an answer. So I was independent and I worked for myself. So I could write those labs for my patient.
Uh-huh.
That meant
Mm-hmm.
I had no protection from a hospital system, but I had very happy patients. So, and
So good. Yeah.
that's what meant more to me. So. Yes. And so if you do get the books and read them, I would love to have your review of my books. Tell me that I'm crazy. Tell me, oh my gosh, I never knew this, or oh my gosh, this is helpful, or oh, this is garbage, or I would really appreciate your take, your opinion on my books.
Okay. I will put down the how can they reach you and your book.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
all
Thank you.
right. You're so very welcome. I so appreciate Stella. This was great. So thank you
Yeah,
again
it was
for the
great. Thank
opportunity.
you again.
Okay. All righty.
Bye.
Bye-bye.